Tera, Captain, Diancie. That's really all I have to say about this matchup. We are the California Kurupted, and we somehow are in the PWC finals for Division 3. After seasons of never winning a playoff battle, we are in the finals somehow, so we're going to try to take it all the way, man. We just got one more here. We got Diancie to worry about. Diancie's fucking crazy, man. It should not be allowed to Tera, and I will show you why on the next screen, but yeah, Tera, Captain, Diancie. I could guarantee you there are 4 Pokemon I feel will come. It's Diancie, of course, and then Garchomp, Iron Valiant, and Rotom-Wash. I think those 4 always come. The last 2 slots, I have no idea. I think Mega Banette should come. I always thought it was a sorry Mega, but it's actually quite good in Gen 9 thanks to Hyper Offense being so prevalent. Being able to like Prankster Willow, Prankster D-Bond makes it really good. It's really good for its price point, so I'm impressed. I always thought it was a very sorry Mega. I never thought about drafting it. Now I see the beauty behind it, so it's really good. It's really good for 5 or 6 points. The last slot should be Bisharp. I think Bisharp's good into me. If it's not Bisharp, it should be either Tangrowth, Moltres, or less likely Tinkaton. Tinkaton's not bad against me, but I have a ride on, you know, so yeah, it's going to be Bisharp, Tangrowth, or Moltres, so yeah, once again, let's just focus on Diancie here, man. That thing's fucking broken. It's broken as a Tera Captain. It should be Steel or Poison to prevent Toxic. That's one good way of taking down Diancie, is to click Toxic. But our friend has been running Steel quite a bit. So, yeah, you should be Steel or Poison. You could be Fairy, though, for more Draining Kiss damage and recovery. So, yeah. By the way, quick introduction. My opponent is GoldenPheonix 21. And they are called the Miami Heatran. So, props to them. I think their first draft league ever, and they're in the finals as well. So, round of applause to them. They deserve their props. Okay, before I'm going to go into my team builder and show you what I'm cooking, we'll just do a little bit of research. I've done this research already, but I want to show you guys what I'm thinking. So, first off, I'm going to show you their team. This is their full roster, okay? A little team prep document right here. As you can see, GoldenPheonix has superb hazard setting. 4 Stealth Rockers, 2 Pokemon that can lay up spikes, and then you have a T-Spiker. But I think if they bring any hazards, it's going to be Garchomp. If they have Tinkaton as their last Pokemon, then I'll be the rocker. But I think most likely you're going to run rocks on Garchomp, you know. Bisharp wants to attack. Diancie wants to set up. I think Garchomp's your, like, rock lead, if anything. So, the thing is, the removal, they have no spinner. And their defog options are only Rotom and Moltres. I don't think you bring Moltres this match. I think Moltres is actually a bad matchup. Has a bad matchup, so that's why I think Rotom comes as your 4th Pokemon always, 100%. And it should have defog if you care about removing my hazards. So, I gotta say, GoldenPheonix, they're here in the finals. Big part to the roster. I clap my hands because you built a fantastic roster, my man. Not only did you pick like the best Tera Captain of all time, but you built like a good supporting cast around it. If you take away Diancie from the screen, the rest of the Pokemon are still fine, man. What are we looking at? We got our Fairy Steel Dragon, Fire Water Grass, and crazy cool stuff. No spinner, but I think everything else is on point. Your speeds are decent enough too as well. Limited pivots. What I mean by that is you just have 1 Volt Switch Pokemon in Rotom and then 1 U-turn Pokemon in Moltres. So limited pivots. I don't think you're bringing Moltres, so I think you're going to bring Rotom. And it should have Volt Switch and Defog, so... And you have some nice priority to go with all this. So, 3 Sucker Punch Pokemon. I think you'll... That's why you're bringing Bisharp. That's why I think Bisharp's a solid option as your last Pokemon. And then Mega Banette could also always have Shadow Sneak, so... That is the roster. One thing I forgot to say is, look at this. Their defensive synergy. It's very tough to only have one overall weakness for your team, which is ground for them. So, GoldenPheonix, good building, my man. That's really tough to pull off. If your team, if your roster only has 1 or 0 weaknesses, you did a hell of a good job. So I give you props for that. I'm giving you a quick shout out on that, sir. So, really quick, here's another screen. I wanted to show you their team and their success this season, and why I hate Tera Diancie and why you shouldn't allow it in your league. As you can see, the Tera Diancie, rank number 1. Look at the ranking right there. Rank number 1. 10 games played, 26 fucking kills, man. If I'm not mistaken, I could have swore on the Discord server, someone stated 26 kills is an all-time record for the PWC. Not only the kill leader for all 5 divisions. We play in 5 divisions this season, right? For Season 10. Not only are you the kill leader across all divisions, you should be the kill leader of all time of the PWC. That's fucking crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Second place this season, shout out to Saint 70's Hitmonlee, which we just beat last week. 20 kills. That's fucking crazy too. 10 games, 20 kills, I believe. So that was a fucking tough matchup, man. That was a tough matchup. So we have this Tera Captain Diancie, the GOAT, the greatest Tera Captain of all time, followed by Iron Valiant with 17 kills. Rank number 3. So it's like a 2-man show. This is like LeBron and Anthony Davis right here. You have 26 kills, 17 kills, and the next up is Garchomp with 4. So yeah, those are the big 3 though. Those are the big 3. Diancie, Iron Valiant, and Garchomp come, and they're all pretty damn scary, right? Low key, I'm actually really scared of Garchomp. I'm scared of Garchomp because of his base 102 speed, I believe. So yeah, man, Garchomp's actually quite a problem. I'm actually more scared of Garchomp than the Iron Valiant this game, believe it or not. So but anyways, I'm probably overstudying GoldenPheonix here, but like I did for the NGC finals, I made a little chart of not only their lead, but also their Tera types and what set the Diancie ran. So, they ended up, I don't know, their leads were pretty all over the place. But their Tera types, man, 3 times Steel, 3 times Fairy for Diancie, and then twice Ghost. And as you can see, as we go from top to bottom, they started finding success once they started running Steel. They started running Steel Diancie and started winning. So, it took them a little while to like learn the roster, I think. But they started running. They ran Fairy 3 times in a row, which it makes sense. You know, you get more stab, you get more damage on Draining Kiss, meaning more recovery, right? If I'm not mistaken. But I think Steel is where it all came together, and the ability to not be poison, not to be toxic. So, some quick notes about Diancie before we move on. It always ran lefties, and I think it almost always had Calm Mind. So those are staples on their set. Leftovers and Calm Mind. Almost always had Draining Kiss too for that recovery. That's some good recovery, man. Draining Kiss with leftovers. And I want to show how crazy... I went through all the replays, right? That's how I got this information. That's how I extracted this information. And, yeah, Diancie, don't allow Diancie to Tera in your league, please, because there were games where GoldenPheonix, they would be losing. They straight up would be losing their match until the Diancie came in and started like setting up with iron defense, Calm Mind. There were games, as you could see on the right side of the chart, where Diancie got 6 kills all by itself. And like I actually got upset, man. I felt a little anger watching that, man. I'm not gonna lie, because Saint 70 was like a top dog in the league. Like seriously, he could have won this. Had I not beat him last week, he could have won this league. And as you can see, what is that, week 5? I think he was winning the match until the Diancie came in and got all 6 kills. And then we see in week 7, 5 kills. The Diancie got 5 kills against Fox Hunter. And then last week in the semifinals, against an opponent that beat me, Wasp 22, I think he was the number 1 seed? Number 1 seed or number 2 seed, right? And the Diancie just came in, set up iron defense, and Wasp couldn't touch it. There was nothing. I think I think with his muck, he had to go for like a draining punch. He was fishing for drain punch crit, I believe, was his game plan. And he never got the crit, and that was GG from there. So, yeah, when that Diancie gets iron defense or Calm Mind up, or both, it could be GG if you didn't prep for it. So, yeah, man. It's kind of infuriating when you're winning a match and this damn Diancie just comes in and wins by itself. So, yeah. Well, that's my research segment of this video. Next up, I will probably tomorrow. I'll show you. I will record the team builder, show you what I'm cooking. This Diancie makes me underdog here. I know this is GoldenPheonix's first draft league. I think the Diancie, the roster is like carrying him this far. And I'm not trying to talk shit, but I'm talking shit about Diancie, I guess, as a Tera captain. I know I'm being hell of annoying, but looking at the screen for the past 5 minutes should tell you where my frustration is coming from. Yeah, it makes me an underdog here, and it forces like so much team prep. Like 3 or 4 of my Pokemon have some aspect of it to counter Diancie, and that's way too much. That's way too much, man. Where you have to devote half of your team into taking out one Pokemon. That's how you know a Pokemon should be reevaluated for a ban. So, alright. I will show you guys my team builder momentarily. Okay, very quickly. By very quickly, I mean like 10-15 minutes. It's never quick. I'm going to try to reveal my team. I'm going to show you guys what I'm cooking up for this finals match. First off, we have our Tera Captain Rhydon. We're going to bring Flying Rhydon here. At first, I was rocking with... Let me think about it. I forgot what we had, actually. I actually forgot what Tera type I had at first. And then we switched it to Fire. I think we had Poison, because Poison was good into Iron Valiant. I was more, at the time, at first I was more scared of Iron Valiant. But then I wanted to go Tera Flying. And because I was concerned about Mega Banette. Who knows if Mega Banette's coming or not. But the thing is, I didn't want to get like Prankster Willowed after I set up or whatnot. I don't know, I changed this Rhydon so much. But the thing is, Tera, Poison, and Fire, you're weak to Garchomp, and I feel, honestly, I could handle the Iron Valiant easier than I could the Garchomp. I actually need this Rhydon. Its main task, as you can see on screen, is to handle Garchomp, so we're just going Tera Flying. I think this gives me the best Garchomp answer, so... Rhydon is not really going to do much, but the main purpose here is to take on the Garchomp. By far, that's your number one role here. Take on Tinkaton if it comes. Take on Bisharp. Good chance Bisharp comes as the last Pokemon. It's actually really good against me. I hope that thing's not rock polished because I could win the game. And that would be some spice, man. That would be some spice. It's unrealistic, but it could happen. Anything could happen in Draft League. So, anyways, right on. It's actually not bulky for once. I don't think I've ever ran rock polish before in any league. I've been meaning to, but this time is like the first time it actually makes sense. And I think the speed, I actually didn't write down what my speeds were for, unfortunately, but I think the speeds were to outspeed Moltres. Let me double check. But I'm pretty sure this outspeeds a defensive Moltres, and Oko's the back of Rock Slide. So that's where my head's at. That's actually like the only reason we have Rock Polish, honestly, because there's a good chance. Like I said before, his only hazard removal and pivoting, honestly, is both Rotom and Moltres, and I think one of them not both. I think Rotom comes before Moltres does. So, yeah, we could Rock Polish and then Rock Slide Oko Moltres, I would imagine. I didn't calc it, but I don't think it's going to live a 130 attack Rock Slide, quadruple weakness. So, anyways, defensive calcs really quick. Well, first off, we have 252 attack adamant, 52 in Spadef. Those are leftover EVs. You know, right on. He needs Spadef EVs whenever he can, and 204 speed. Yeah, for Moltres and whatnot. So, defensive calcs, mixed Iron Valiant, which is probably the most most probable set. Moonblast is a 2-hit KO, so 48% minimum. Garchomp's Stone Edge, 35 to 42% before boost. The thing that could hit us most, I think, is Rotom's Hydro Pump, because you can't Volt Switch thanks to Lightning Rod. But let's say you're offensive Rotom with 252 special attack. You're not OHKOing us ever. Worst case scenario, you would be Modest Specs, and Modest Specs hits me for 82 to 97%, as you can see on screen. And I don't even think you're gonna be Specs are offensive. I think you're gonna be more utility, maybe Scarf Trick is more likely, judging by your replays. Moltres, let's say you're offensive Moltres, which shouldn't happen. You should be defensive, 252 HP, you know. But let's say worst case scenario, Modest 252 special attack, your Flamethrower is 51 to 60%. So I could even take that, Rock Polish up, and hope we don't miss the Rock Slide. On offense, the only offensive calc I bothered doing here was Ice Punch. And if you're on Garchomp, because your role is to take on the Garchomp, right? If you're 0 HP offensive Garchomp, Ice Punch should OHKO you always. But if you're Tank Chomp, Smogon's Tank Chomp set, which is 252 HP, 216 defense, Ice Punch is 65 to 78%. But you don't OHKO us back, so yeah, you are here to take on the Garchomp, my good sir, my Tera captain. Next up we have Specs Blissey. Dude, I'm gonna start running offensive Blissey for now on. I've always run a defensive, and that's where like Blissey does minimal impact on the game. I mean, that's his role most of the time, but offensive Blissey is underrated. Specs and Serene Grace, very good combo. As like a bulky Spadef pivot, catch things off guard on the switch. Main targets offensively is the Garchomp, Diancie, in regards to like tricking Specs onto it so it could stop setting up, and any special attackers, meaning Rotom and Moltres here. Hazard removing pivots is what this thing is mainly for. So anyways, defensive calcs really quick. Well, the set, I keep forgetting. The set is Ice Beam, Psychic, Trick, and Healing Wish. Healing Wish is to bring back a very important Pokemon later in the game. I could see good targets of Healing Wish being Rhydon if Garchomp's still alive, Doublade if Iron Valiant's still alive, and hell, Maybe even the Roaring Moon. Maybe Mega Gardevoir as well. So everyone, I could see me Healing Wish. It depends on the game script, honestly, how the game flow is going. But we have we're pretty much Fizdef, 252 HP, Bold Nature, 240 defensive EVs, and 16 speed. As you'll see on some of my slower Pokemon, I actually run a little speed. I'm trying to speed creep, try to hit like 150. And the reason behind that is, let me actually look this up on the damage calc. Let me look this up on the damage calc. From a paste he sent the Discord, he ran like the only paste from his team. He ran a little bit of speed. He ran like 28 speed EVs on Diancie, and that put him at 143 speed stat. So I want to outspeed that by, I'm putting 150 just to be safe. I could imagine he put some speed to be cute. He's trying to be a cutie pie here, so yeah. Anyways, we have speed to outspeed that. We want to outspeed the Diancie and trick it. Trick before he does like an iron defense, I guess. What I should have done here is actually defend. I'm curious what this Diancie is going to run, man. You can't run everything. You can't cover every Pokemon, man. From what we've seen before, he likes running, what is it? Calm Mind, Draining Kiss every week. What are your other two moves going to be? Are you going to bring Iron Defense? Are you going to bring Body Press for Blissey? If that's the case, you can't ever touch Doublade. You know? You can't cover everything. That's why I think I have a good defensive core here between the Rhydon and especially the Blissey and Doublade combo. So you can't hit both. You can't hit all those Pokemon, man, with your Diancie. I don't give a fuck what set you're running. You can't hit everything here. So perhaps you could handle this Diancie decently. But anyways, defensive calcs. Garchomp EQ if you're offensive Garchomp, I believe this is for. If you're neutral, you're not getting the 2-hit KO. You're doing 50% max. And if you're +2 from Sword Dance, you're 85 to 100%. So you should never get the you should never OHKO to Blissey. While I should almost OHKO you back because we are going to cover the offensive calcs. With our specs, if you're offensive Garchomp with 0 HP, we should always OHKO you, almost. Granted, he doesn't have like a pinch of HP, or I get unlucky. If you're 252 like bulky Tank Chomp, 83 to 99%. Iron Valiant. On an Iron Valiant switch, which is very realistic, you might want to switch in Iron Valiant if you're like Rotom or Moltres, right? Especially if you're Moltres, I could imagine you turning into Iron Val to take me out, right? I should click Psychic on the Moltres and catch you off guard with a nice 79 to 94%. I'm not going to cover every hit here. Surprisingly, we don't hit the Mega Banette well, but we could hope for a Serene Grace, Freeze, or Spadef draw. Psychic has what, 10%? 10%, 10%. So 20%. No wonder in Mox are special. We did get freezes here and there, but yeah, it's only 20%, unfortunately. Tangrowth, if you're not like Spadef AV, if you're just 252 HP, we 2-hit KO you with Ice Beam. So next up we have Doublade. We're already at 10 minutes and I covered 2 fucking Pokemon. Doublade. Your role here, Iron Valiant. Iron Valiant. Iron Valiant. Yeah, but anyways, and Diancie too. Diancie, let's say you're Tera Steel, and you start Iron Defending, I have Sacred Sword for that. So, yeah, Doublade's been clutch this playoff run, so it deserves a spot. Win or lose, it's done its job getting me this far, actually. It's been a pleasant surprise. I probably should have used it more throughout the season. It's been better. I'm barely waking up and seeing how good Doublade was for me, but anyways, Sacred Sword for the Iron Defense. plan B. Plan B, is that saying I'm about to be aborted? Is my playoff run about to be aborted or what? Anyways, what are we running? We're running 252 in attack. We're Jolly Nature. We had to run a lot of speed. Maybe we should be running more speed, honestly, but we're just going to leave it at that. Because at 28 speed, Diancie ran at 143. So if he wants to do that again, we outspeed it by 1 point. Honestly, I'd probably put more speed. But could I afford to? Maybe we'll make that adjustment right now. Let me see my defensive calcs. No, we're gonna stay. I want this defense for the Iron Valiant. We're just gonna stay as is. But anyways, 252 Jolly attack EVs, 100 speed puts us at 144 for the Diancie outspeed, and 156 is my leftover EVs, which go into HP bulk. Sacred Sword for Tera Steel shenanigans, Iron Defense. Iron Head, Stab, Shadow Sneak, Priority Stab. Toxic. I had Magnet Rise here so we could take on Garchomp, but I don't think that's worth it because now I still can't hit Moltres in case it wants to come. Toxic's Clutch if I could predict a Moltres switch in is Clutch. Let's say you're not Tera Steel or Tera Poison Diancie, I could outright Toxic you. I could Toxic Tangrowth. Tangrowth, I'm barely realizing is low-key annoying, but what are you gonna do? What is Bisharp's base speed? Bisharp, I think base 75 speed, 70 stat. Yeah, Bisharp knockoff. We should have calculated this metric. Yeah, we actually. Oh wait, hold on. Double. How come we don't O-code you? It's actually quite wild. I'm actually a little surprised we don't Oko you with Sacred Sword, but it is what it is. We should win that 1v1, actually, because you knock off my item, and then you don't hit me as hard with the second knockoff. We live the second knockoff, and we hit you with a second Sacred Sword. So anyways, Doublade, your role is to take out Iron Valiant. You relieve pressure off Pokemon like Roaring Moon and Rhydon. If you could take out the Iron Valiant for me, I'd be grateful. So, Garchomp, defensive calcs really quick. Garchomp, we eat EQ. It's a 2-hit KO, however, so I'll probably want to Toxic or switch out. Iron Valiant's knockoff doesn't hit us that hard. If you're +2, we have a chance to live it. It does 102 maximum, as you can see right here. Diancie's Earth Power. This is like no special attack investment though, which you shouldn't be. I don't think you'd be running special attack investment. If you're +1 from Calm Mind, you're doing 81% max. So, anyways, offensive calcs really quick. Like I said, your main role is to take on the Iron Valiant. Iron Head almost smokes you for Oko. But the game plan here is to 87% minimum, follow it up with Shadow Sneak, GG, rest in peace, Iron Valiant. Diancie, if you're max HP, max defense. Wait, whoa, what's going on here? What's going on here? Doublades, Diancie. Excuse any background sound. I have a lot of stuff going on in my backyard, so I have a lot of stuff going on in the background. This is Tera Steel. Let's keep that in mind. Steel Diancie. I mean, I know it, but Tera Steel Diancie. Sacred Sword doesn't care if you're doing Iron Defense. We're doing 31 to 37 minimum. 31 to 37 maximum. As I just lost my concentration. So we gotta keep in mind Diancie runs leftovers always, so let me see. Sacred Sword, 50% chance to 3-hit KO after leftovers, so yeah. But like I said, if you're not Steel or Poison, if you're running Terra Fairy, I could straight Toxic Better yet, Iron Head you, right? Better yet, Iron Head. If you have Iron Defense, I'm gonna want a Toxic though. Yeah, whatever. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Iron Head does 45% minimum. Yeah, I could see Iron Defense Fairy being a kind of a problem. I'm gonna want to click Toxic, so let's keep that in mind. Next up, we have Mega Gardevoir. We're gonna try to step up the pace here. Mega Gardevoir, our number 3 Pokemon behind Rhydon and Roaring Moon. We're just max special attack, max speed, timid nature, 252, 252 shit. Icy Wind, Psychic Noise, Nightshade. Nightshade is my tech in case we're running out of options for Tera Diancie. You could tell this whole episode I've been saying how scared I am of Tera Diancie, so Nightshade for that. And then Encore for Tera Diancie, so I will reveal why we have all these. But Icy Wind is my ice coverage predicting a Garchomp switch in or Iron Valiant switch in. Either one works. Either one works because it's very realistic you switch out, especially if you're Encored. You'll want to switch out into like a offensive physical threat, and I could Icy Wind predicting that. So yeah. Anyways, the calcs for this. Your main target here, your main role here is to take out the Mega Diancie or be annoying, make life hard for it. With the Encore, we Encore you into one of your boosting moves. And then Nightshade. Nightshade all day does 100 damage, regardless of your defensive boost, you know. Other targets include Rotom, Tangrowth, maybe Moltres. Psychic Noise could prevent you from roosting up. Some defensive calcs. Iron Valves Moonblast does 41 to 49% naturally without any bulky investment. So Garchomp's EQ, if you're, I think this is Jolly. I'm pretty sure, yeah, you always want to run Jolly. You always want to run Jolly. We know that from the get-go because you want to outspeed Mega Gardevoir, right? So you shouldn't be adamant this game. You should always be Jolly. Your EQ doesn't OHKO me either. So, offensive calcs, Rotom. If you're bulky Rotom, which you should be bulky utility. 252 HP, Psychic Noise is a 2-hit KO. Icy Wind on Garchomp is almost a OHKO. It could be OHKO. It appears to be like a 50% chance to OHKO outright. And Poison, if you're Tera Poison Diancie, I don't think it's realistic. I don't think it's realistic. It's more realistic you're Steel. I think it'll be Steel or Fairy. Fairy if you want to be offensive, Steel if you want to be defensive. But if you're Poison, 252 HP, we nearly OHKO you. So yeah, I don't think you want to be Poison in front of so many Earthquake users and Mega Gardevoir. It doesn't really make sense. And Tangrowth, if you're 252 HP, 83% minimum. But if you're annoying, if you're a very annoying AV, you're the Smogon AV set with like max HP, max BDF, 35% minimum. So that's really annoying. I'm starting to realize Tangrowth is kind of not a problem, but it's going to be annoying. I have to be careful around it. I don't think it comes, but it could. Next up, we have our lead. This is actually going to be my lead. Focus Sash T-Spike lead. That's pretty much just roll this game. If it could do that successfully, I'll be very happy. Focus Sash, Scald, Ice Beam, T-Spikes, and Haze. Haze. I think this is our third or fourth option for fucking Diancie. Over prep much, maybe? But you know what? A Pokemon like Tera Diancie, which shouldn't be able to Tera in the first place, it deserves all this respect. I've seen so many great battlers, even last week, man. People that were beating this guy. People that were beating this guy in a playoff battle just lose. They would just straight up lose because Diancie Tera and started setting up Iron Defense and or Calm Mind. So fucking Tera Diancie. That's what I'm saying. That's my point where it's forcing me to bring 3 or 4 Pokemon just for Diancie, man. Nah, that's what. Nah, that's like you gotta like reevaluate. Maybe take its capability to Tera away. At least vote on it, honestly, going forward. Look how many things I had to bring for fucking Diancie, bro. Like, Mega Gardevoir, Encore Nightshade, Tentacles Haze, Double Sacred Sword. At one point, Roy Moon was Gallade. I'll cover that in a moment, but it was Gallade with Stab Sacred Sword as well. I had 4 options for it. I didn't even put right here. My 4th option, Blissey. Trick. So we had 5 options at one point with the Glade. So yeah, for Garchomp, Tera Flying right on. Blissey's Ice Beam, make Gardevoir's Icy Wind. Okay. Anyways, Tentacruel really quick. Once again, it's just a 252. Max speed, we had to be timid. I think if we were modest, which I would have loved to be, I don't think we outspeed Moltres. So we are kind of forced to run max speed here. Your main target is going to be Garchomp. It's very realistic he leads Garchomp, try to get up rocks on turn 1. Other targets include Diancie for the Haze and Moltres. If you bring Moltres, which I don't think you do, I think it's more realistic you bring Bisharp or Tangrowth now. Moltres, that's why we have Scald. That's actually the only reason we have Scald. Just for Moltres and to maybe get a lucky Scald Burn on something. A Scald Burn would be nice. That would get rid of Diancie's leftovers recovery, I believe so. Anyways, offensive calcs, if your offensive Garchomp it could OHKO you, it's 90 to 107%. If you're Tank Chomp, we're doing 78 to 92%. Moltres, if you're bulky, 252 HP Moltres is a 2 KO always. Hopefully Tinkaton doesn't come. If Tinkaton comes, I have to save right on for that thing, I think. It would be a very sneaky bring. It would be a very sneaky and smart bring. I didn't prep too much for Tinkaton. It would be very cool. Very cool for him, not for me. But I think we could take on Tinkaton 1v1. Hope for a burn and go from there. Tangrowth. If you're non-AV, our Ice Beam does 60% minimum. And there's a good chance you're not AV. I've noticed a lot of weeks you like to run either lefties or Rocky Helmet. So, and that's because you run crazy shit like Sleep Powder. That's the thing, man. Tangrowth could come. It's fucking annoying, man. It's fucking annoying. If you put me to sleep, I'm probably going to have to Healing Wish, whatever, went to sleep. Fucking annoying. But your lead, the lead here, 80% of the time, I want to get at least 1 layer of spikes. That stops Diancie somewhat. That makes things annoying. Those annoying, like, things I miss out on OHKOs with, you know, doing 90% damage. 1 layer of spikes would handle that, I imagine. So, yeah, a Tentacle. Your job, just get up at least 1 layer of spikes, man. Focus Sash. If we could keep the Sash intact, we could chip down the Garchomp too as well. So, next up, my wild card slot. For days, man. For days I had a Gallade here. A Lumberry Gallade. And that was to take on the Mega Banette. But I figured this takes on Mega Banette even better, so fuck the Gallade. The Gallade was cool though. It had viability. It was Lumberry, so I could like Psycho Cut into Shadow Sneak on Mega Banette, which works. Lumberry to prevent the Willow. But then what happens if he just outright goes for Poltergeist? Then I just die, right? So, Roy Moon's better in that respect. The Glade did make sense too, though, for like to cover for Diancie. especially Tera Steel Diancie if you start Iron defending. But that's just too much. I'm devoting way too much already to Diancie. So here we go. We have Roaring Moon Speed Booster, I believe, right? Speed Booster. Speed Booster, Acrobatics, Dragon Claw. I want to run Outrage to get rid of Garchomp. But I don't think that's the wisest thing to do, considering you have two fairies that should be coming to the game always, Diancie and Iron Valiant, so. Oh, Walgreens, they're saying you got this. You got this shit, man. I like your prep. You got this shit. I hope you're right. Dragon Claw, man. I wish this was Outrage, but it's too risky. Two fairy types. Earthquake for stuff like Bisharp and Tinkaton. I actually should have calced. Let me see, Tinkaton. Tinkaton's not the bulkiest thing, is it? Oh, that's right. A lot of Tinkatons like running whatchamacallit. Air Balloon. Offensive Tinkaton. Ooh. This is actually pretty good. Watch. This is actually good damage. 252 HP, 180 defense. Tink. That does 60 to 71%. That's actually good damage. Especially if we could like chip you down with Tentacle. That's actually good to know. Yeah, but this is the EVs. It's just to get that speed boost. 220 attack. I couldn't go any higher because we want speed to be higher. Max speed, even though I didn't need to be. And 36 leftover going to Spadef. We have good Spadef bulk. I'm actually really impressed by Roaring Moon's defensive profile. If you could avoid physical attacks like Hitmonlee's Mach Punch, for example, I think you're Gucci. So, but anyways, Roaring Moon, your main target is Iron Valiant. That's your main job, and Mega Banette too, equally. I want to bring Roaring Moon for these two Pokemon. Bisharp's another one, but we have to be careful. We have to be careful of like a +2 Iron Head, which annihilates us. So, offensively, if your Garchomp 0 attack, 0 HP, I mean, we do 79 to 92%. If your Tank Chomp is a 2-hit KO, this is a 2-hit KO regardless, but yeah, you can see right here, 49 to 58%. Bisharp's EQ is a 2-hit KO. Yeah, eviolite Bisharp tanks us pretty much, but it's a 2-hit KO, so I'm okay with that. Tangrowth, fucking annoying ass Tangrowth, man. You take this better than I imagined. 38 to 45%. And once again, Tinkaton is a 2-hit KO, so that's the team, man. I said very quickly when we started this team builder, I wanted this to be 10 to 15%, and I failed miserably because we're at 30 minutes. So, yeah, man, I went in. I went in here because I had to. So, anyways, I'll BRB, and we should be doing this battle momentarily, man. For better or for worse, I gave it my all, but this Tera Diancie team has me as an underdog here, so let's do it. Not gonna lie here, the nerves are kicking in. The nerves are kicking in, man. I'm starting to feel it now, so we have our monster on deck because we're about to face the monstrous team, the Tera Diancie team. It got me the underdog, you know. Shaking a little bit. Regardless of what happens, two things. Props to GoldenPheonix for making it this far, man. This is your first draft league season and you're in the finals. It took me all this time just to advance around in the PWC, and here you are. So props to you. Second, I'm very proud of our run, our playoff, I kind of was like losing hope. We went 4-4, like the second half of the season. I was starting to look very bad, and very proud of where we're at now. Like, even if we lose, I'm very happy with our results. So, man, let's go. GoldenPheonix 21. Nerves are kicking and microphone's on though, so we're Gucci. Nerves are kicking in, but I'm confident though. I worked very hard. I worked very hard on this one. Worked very hard. I'm gonna link Trinell. How come I don't see Trinell? He said let me know when the game starts. Where is this dude? He said I don't see him online here. I'm like so fucking confused. I don't see him online. But anyways, we're gonna send it and see what he brings. Fuck, hopefully no Tingrowth. Tinkaton's hell of annoying. We'll see how accurate. We predicted always Diancie, Iron Val, Garchomp, Rotom. Should be Mega Banette as a 5th, and the last Pokemon could be whatever, so. We're gonna do our best, man. Wait, let me verify that's the right team. Oh, fuck. Do not use? What the fuck? Yeah. It's the right team, we just covered it, so. Tangrowth came. No Rotom. Tangrowth is annoying. Booting up my PC. Oh, no wonder he wasn't online. Greg Seal. Oh, GoldenPheonix's boy. Tangrowth came. Tangrowth came. I'm gonna want to lay up T-Spikes. Not gonna. What is his lead gonna be? Garchomp? I'm okay with that. I'll Ice Beam. Give it a good 2 minutes. But yeah, I'm just gonna lead. I'm gonna lead Tentacle. No music, yeah, no music, please. I'm always gonna lead Tentacle, so. Okay, there he is. Mind if I do it? Okay, he's gonna do his intro. I'm gonna pause this recording. We'll be back in a moment. Okay, Trinell's ready, and I think I'm ready. Fuck, this is gonna be rough, man. This is gonna be rough. Tangrowth came, so I should have took this time to. Tentacle could take on Tangrowth. Fuck. We'll go for it, man. I was hoping this Tangrowth wouldn't come. So. We're always going to lead Tentacle. If you want to lead Garchomp, I'll Ice Beam. Should be Garchomp leading. I'm going to click Ice Beam. Always. I don't see a reason not to. Diancie. That's interesting. He spikes. We're gonna go for Skull. We'll go for Skull. Moltres. Alright, cool. We got a poison. We're getting a poison off. Maybe I scare him out. Let's see what this Tangrowth does real quick. Tangrowth, I don't think you're AV. It doesn't appear you're AV. Or maybe you are. Maybe you are, actually. Tangrowth. Okay, you might be AV. I think you're AV, but you're like 252. That makes sense. You might be AV. Let me take down notes. AV. 252 HP and defense. Let's assume that's what you are. I'm gonna go for Icy Wind here. You could go Bisharp though, which would be... Yeah, Bisharp would be a smart play. Okay, maybe Gardevoir. Good job, we took out Tingrowth. Ooh, Lumberry. This S. Oh, that's fucking clutch, Gardevoir. That's fucking clutch, man. Clutch, 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 clutch. It's hella clutch, man. Did we come in? I want to come in Tentacle, maybe. Yeah. Yeah. Tentacle, we Scald always. We outspeed. You risk a Scald burn. If we get rid of you, we have to Scald burn. That takes away Defog. There we go. This Bisharp's going to be a problem. We don't have our Mega Gardevoir, so we have to be careful with Diancie. We probably have to keep Tentacle around for Haze. Doublade for Iron Val. We lost our Mega Gardevoir, so Diancie could straight. Spikes. What could he be? What could he be? I don't think you're Calm Mind Iron defense anymore. I didn't see Spikes coming. Good thing he only got one layer. What happened? What happened? Did he switch out on turn 2? Yeah, he went Moltres. He doesn't know I don't have Scald. He doesn't know I don't have Sludge Bomb. You should probably go Bisharp or Diancie. But then again, Iron Valiant could just knock me out with Side Shock, so we'll find out if he has it. Blissey might be my sack. Because I think Tentacle's better. Oh, I don't know. I don't know, actually. He's Ghost, though. Which is interesting in front of Roy Moon. Diancie. Okay, you went Diancie, you're poison. Spikes, Diamond Storm. Drain Kiss. Oh. I don't know. Duplicate. +2. We just have to go for Shadow Sneaks all day, I think. Just go Ice Beam. The thing is, we don't know if he has body press. I don't think he does, though. We could get leftovers off of you. Maybe we trick. Perhaps we trick. We could get leftovers off of you. You eventually die too. You should have Drain Kiss as your last move. Should outspeed you. Trick. Okay, cool. The trick was to get rid of leftovers. At the very least, that's what I'm doing, right? I felt that was a proper play. And now we know I go faster, so. Bisharp. You have to go right on. Please be clutch and don't Iron Head flinch. Hopefully not a sucker crit. That would suck. A sucker crit. A sucker. I can't even talk. A sucker crit. I think we live if it's a crit though. Yeah, we do. Okay, we're Gucci. Whew. We always EQ. You should be scared of going Diancie. If we could get rid of Bisharp, I think we're Gucci with Doublade. Just keep in mind we have a healing wish in the back too. We might have to like give Doublade 2 kills. I meant 2 lives. Keep Ornament alive as a sack, that way we could get 2 Doublades on our team. GoldenPheonix, you're playing very well, man. You're coming back. But I think I like what I have left over. Diancie. There we go. Earthquake should kill here. You don't have some priority to use against. I think that was just a choke. Right? That was an interesting switch out. You should have went for the sucker punch, in my opinion. Diancie. Ghost. We know the earthquake kills, so we'll go for that. The monster of the PWC is down. I think we're Gucci. I think we could just acrobatics from here. Iron Bell. This might not kill. Ah, nice. Let's think about this. Two shadow sneaks. Okay, you're at 38%, but you're poisoned. There's actually a chance he wins here. But I have to go Sigrid. Oh, GoldenPheonix! GoldenPheonix, man! GoldenPheonix, all I'm gonna say is congrats, bro. Congrats for making it this far. Oh my god. GG. That's finals for you. 3 out of the 4 rounds, it came down to the last Pokemon. Last moment, man. We are champions once again, but GoldenPheonix did not make it easy, bro. Fucking props. He brought out the best. I was not prepared for this today. Right on! Back-to-back champion, bro. NGC and PWC, both leagues I brought Tera. Sleep powder, mist, pain, yeah. Superb. Oh, fuck. Anyways, good job at the end. Yeah, I think GoldenPheonix probably had this, man. He probably threw somewhere in there. Fuck. Bro. Oh, I don't know what to say, man. I'm lost for words, man. I'm gonna just talk to you guys for a moment here. Man. Fuck. Yeah, let's see what the homie's doing. Shout out to this guy, by the way. He joined my league for season 13, so you'll see him on my channel real soon. Trust me, you'll see him. He'll probably kick my ass there. So, fucking GoldenPheonix, man. Shout out to GoldenPheonix and Greg Seal for and Lex. We got even more migrations from the PWC to the NGC. So shout out to all of them. 49 to 58. Oh, maybe he was Jolly. Maybe. Shout out to, damn, who put in the work? Mega Gardevoir was strong. Mega Gardevoir once again got me to a very strong start. Blissey, man. Blissey was cool. Maybe it was a misplay on my part, but I felt tricking was fine. Just to get rid of leftovers. I could see, like, an end game where Diancie's like walling me. That got very scary with the defense boost. 100% chance to boost his defense by 2. I just felt like tricking and getting rid of the leftovers. Right on. Woo. He brought fucking Tangrowth, man. Mega Gardevoir getting rid of Tangrowth was fucking clutch, bro. Because Tangrowth would have fucked me. He brought the right Pokemon. He would have caught me off guard with the Tangrowth. I'm so... Yeah. We're just chopping it up here. We're chopping it up. To think one. GG, my brother. Fuck, he prepped so well. He prepped so well. Caps off once again. Ugh, he prepped so fucking well. So, man, I'm lost for words. I'm just so happy. Probably take a... I don't know if I'll take a nap because of this monster. But we took out the monster tyrant, Diancie. So, some quick dedications before I go. First off, the biggest dedication here goes to Trinell. Goes to Trinell for doing what he does. This excellent league. He just has to take Diancie off the... That's my only gripe. Take Diancie off the Tera list and I think we're Gucci. But excellent work on your league, man. You and your team, your admin team, everyone. I can't even think of who the admin team right now is. Shout out to my boy Layton and everyone else, Gil. Shout out to those guys too. But Trinell, biggest shout out to you, bro. You gave me a vote of faith when the season started. This one's for you. Excellent product you're putting here in the PWC. Every season your league is getting better, bro. Your league is getting better. Like, fuck. One season, like, Division 2 is like Division 1. You know what I'm saying? Like, the pool of talent is gradually getting better. And these German leagues are killer, man. You guys are making a name for the PWC. Shout out to you, first of all. Second, shout out is to all the other teams in my division that lost to the damn Diancie and company. I feel you, man. I feel you. I watched all the replays here. I watched all the replays, and I feel anger for you. Saint. I forgot who else. Let me look at it. Did I write this down? Did I write this down? I feel anger for... Let me see if I could bring this up real quick. I had a chart. I want to give a shout out to these teams right here that were winning games. And this Diancie just came in. I can't even reveal it properly. Shout out to Saint, Fox, Was last week, who was like my favorite. At that point, my favorite to win it. Shout out to him because I think he was winning and Diancie just came in and got 5 straight kills because of setup. And it almost set up on me, man. Fuck. I hate that fucking Pokemon. Shout out to those teams. I wanted to give a shout out because I feel your pain. This goes out to you, man. This goes out to you. Right on. This goes out to you too. Man. 2 leagues, I made him my Tera captain. We won them both. That's fucking crazy. Right on is goated. And the third shout out really quick. You guys probably don't know this guy. Might not be old enough to know this guy. But shout out to Tom Likas, bro. You guys probably don't know him. You could look him up though. But growing up, I discovered him thanks to my homie Nip Nintendo Anthony. I discovered him. He's a radio personality, right? Based from first New York, I believe, and then California, LA. Pretty local, right? I've met him in person 3 times actually. Radio personality. I've been listening to him for 15 plus years. Almost half my life, right? And like I just went on his website, I think last night I was shiny hunting on Twitch, and I was going to put my headphones on, listen to his podcast, and he revealed that he was going to not cancel, but he's just calling it quits. So after decades of doing his radio, decades of blessing me and thousands of other people, you guys could look him up on YouTube and whatnot, but yeah, he's calling it quits. I think he said May 15 that he was just not going to do the podcast anymore. He's going to take down his website. And yeah, I just want to say this is dedicated to you, Tom. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Tom. No, seriously though. Thank you, Trinell. Thank you, Tom Likas. This one goes out to you. And also go to you, GoldenPheonix. You could have won this. You definitely could have won it. 20 turn battle. Dude, he played well at the end. He was coming back. That Sleep Powder miss. What is Sleep Powder's fucking accuracy? Isn't it 60%? %75%, and we dodged it. What was he gonna hit? Who was he gonna hit Sleep Powder on? Was it Mega Gardevoir? Because that would have kind of sucked. Yeah, he was trying to sleep my Mega Gardevoir. Doublade! Doublade, man! I said it when we started this battle. This Pokemon has been insanely fucking clutch. Insanely clutch, man. He got me this far too. Whenever I do a team portrait from my artist, he's going on it. He's going on it. He was clutch against, especially what comes to mind is Argyle Cat and the finals. He was the last man standing. Yeah, he was the last man. He actually does have a gender somehow. But that is it. That's all I have. Excellent fucking run after a rough season. We just went 4 games straight. Shout out to you once again, GoldenPheonix, man. I'm sorry your run had to end right here, but you shouldn't feel bad at all, man. I look forward to seeing you in the NGC. We were just talking on Discord earlier today. He's doing another draft, and he's drafting some heat. Tapu Koko, Gliscor, Iron Moth. So I'm helping him draft right now, too. So I'm gonna holler at my boy. Shout out to you, man. Biggest props to you. No one could talk shit. No one could talk shit. You did well. You did so well, man. Yeah, I didn't mean to sound salty toward Mega Diancie. It should have been Mega Diancie though, but Tera Diancie. But it's so annoying. It's so annoying. So Iron Val, Koba Berry, man. He saw the fucking acrobatics coming his way. That was heat. That was fucking heat. Lum, Garchomp, Tangrowth. What did he lead with? Oh, he led with Diancie and got a layer of spikes, but luckily we kept offensive pressure on this Diancie and kept only 1 layer. Imagine if he got more than 1 layer. Woo! Woo! Oh, Sword Dance, Iron Head, Knockoff, Sucker Punch, excellent. Flamethrower. So we didn't really see much from a lot of Pokemon. It was really the Bisharp show, man. It was the Bisharp show. He might get the thumbnail for this video. But shout out to you, the viewer. Please drop a like, not only for me and winning a chip, our 3rd Draft League championship, but our first PWC chip finally. I didn't expect to make it this far. Drop a like, not only for me, but mainly for GoldenPheonix, for what he's done this season. And shit, I guess I'll leave it at that. So thank you, the viewer. Much love, man. Much love as always for your support and your viewership. And I am out. This is California Kurupted, man. Season 10, Division 3 Championships of the Fortree Division. Let's fucking go. Ah! Alright, guys, we have a little post-game interview courtesy of my friend GoldenPheonix21, coach of the Miami Heatrans. What's going on, man?
Hey, man, what's going on?
Hey, congrats on your run on this fabulous season you just had, man. Fucking crazy, craziest match of the season right here. And I went into this thinking I was an underdog, man. You built a terrifying fucking roster. I was scared of, Tera Diancie, 26 kills, Iron Valiant, 17, I think. And you did a fabulous job. Considering this was your first draft league.
Yeah, this was my first league ever. I just tried to build a roster that covered all the weaknesses. I definitely feel like I struggled throughout the season kind of being passive, and also in the early game. I'm kind of a new player to like competitive. I've been kind of like keeping up with content for years or so, but I definitely don't know what I'm doing early game, and it showed in the finals. But you brought some heat sets that confused me and had me switching around and scared. I was terrified of your Gardevoir. The Hyper Voice 2-KO'd everything on my team,
which I didn't have. which you didn't
have, but it was just the threat of it kept me switching around. I was like, okay, I gotta sack something here.
Hopefully my moves made sense. It was tough. It was extremely tough building for you. Like, fuck, it was very tough, man. Hopefully it made sense though. Like Icy went for Garchomp. Yeah,
it did.
Half of my moves was for Diancie, Encore, Nightshade, just in case you got like Iron Defense, Calm Mind up. That thing almost came back. Like, I got off to a great start, but you had a strong second half, man. I almost fucking lost. And
yeah, it was close. I knew I was gonna get you with the Koba Berry.
Yeah, you did. I did not see that coming. I've never seen that coming.
I didn't know if I was gonna be able to pull it out at the end.
Fucking amazing stuff. I'm looking at your team build for the first time actually right now. I'm barely looking at it. Spike's Encore Diancie is pretty heat, man. Could you explain what the Encore, what that was for?
It was for lead curse Rhydon, which would give my team problems by either forcing me to bring in Iron Valiant and click Moonblast, or I guess I could click Encore with it as well, but I wouldn't want to risk it taking damage on the switch in.
Double Encore.
And then otherwise I had nothing to take it out. Yeah, the second Encore was for Blissey with Iron Valiant, but it didn't come into play.
Man.
And it definitely came back to bite me having the double Encore because I didn't have the coverage to hit the blade at the end.
I see. Well, fuck, you could have hit. Let's talk about that. You could have hit that double.
Honestly, I think I just had a brain fart for a minute. I just figured I needed a crit, and I just didn't think that. For some reason, I was like, I don't know what happened to my brain at the end. End of the season.
Oh boy, man. Yeah,
but,
I pulled up the damage calc, and I think it was a 50% chance because thanks to your Iron Valiant's Moonblast, you had me down to 58%. And that was a 50% chance. A perfect coin flip had knockoff. I could have swore I lost right there. Well, yeah, to a knockoff, man. It was a coin flip, a 50% chance.
Well, I'm glad it came down to that. I'll definitely take the L on that one.
That was
beat myself up about it a little bit.
This was hardly a L. This was hardly a L.
we take those. Hey, I'm glad I didn't. I thought I might just roll over and lose the way it was kind of going at the beginning, but
no, you'll see when this video comes out. When this video comes out, you'll see. I keep saying, "Oh, I think I'm the underdog here." This team, I'm having such difficulty building for this, and if Diancie got going, I think I just instant lose, and I think that was the case when Mega Gardevoir went down. I forgot what took it down, but Mega Gardevoir was my Diancie.
Garchomp hit it with an Earthquake, which was like a 60% roll, and it lived with 3.
Yeah.
And that was rough. That Garchomp was my answer for that. I was gonna sack something and bring in Garchomp.
And there were times I was scared of clicking moves on Mega Gardevoir because I had Psychic Noise that Bisharp could have switched into, and then I had Icy Wind, and I would have popped off your Defiant. I was terrified of Bisharp switching.
I don't understand. I still don't understand why you didn't bring Hyper Voice. It 2 KOs my entire team.
I probably should have. I
said it Tangrowth and you Nightshade. I'm like, okay, well now he's just gonna Hyper Voice, and I just gotta sack it.
Yeah, no, I dedicated like 4 of my Pokemon for Diancie.
I know, and that's why I kind of just ignored it and put on Spikes, because I was like, you know what? He's gonna freak out when he sees Diancie, and I'm just gonna get off some Spikes.
Which I did.
He's not
I
gonna
did
expect
freak out.
lead. And then I didn't click Spikes the second time I switched to Moltres, and I was like, oh great, he's got Thunderbolt now.
Oh.
And so then I switched again. I was like, all right, I'll take this Thunderbolt, and then I can take 1 Hyper Voice and get off a Sleep Powder and put this thing away.
Oh, okay. I'm barely looking at Garchomp for the first time because I think the only move we saw was Earthquake. Sword Dance, Scale Shot, man. Fuck. And then you did bring the Stone Edge for my Tera Flying Rhydon.
It was for Tera Flying. It'll take a 2-hit KO. It's also gonna kill Thundurus if you switch in on Earthquake and try to do, I don't know, Sludge Bomb or something.
Thundurus was on the first team build. It was
yeah,
fun.
The problem is it gets taken advantage of when Garchomp switches in. Like you can't do anything to Garchomp.
Yeah, Thundurus. Yeah, that's why I brought off the team. I couldn't do anything. What would I do? Knock off? U-turn? Yeah.
Chip, you can prankster Thunderwave the Iron Valiant if it gets out of control, but.
Yeah, and then miss Thunderwave. Yeah, Roost, Flamethrower, Will-O-Wisp, and Defog. Okay.
Yeah.
And Tangrowth.
I mean, you see what happens when you rely on accuracy. I missed the Sleep Powder on Gardevoir, and then I lost Garchomp because of it as well. So
yeah,
it's
man.
Not something you should rely on in a
75%
like
accuracy move, and you know how Showdown does it. It tells you 75%, but it's really like 66%.
Unless you pay for Showdown Premium, and I'm not a YouTuber, so I don't get free access to it.
There you go. But yeah, that was one of. That was a big play, like missing that Sleep Powder because things would have been different. Mega Gardevoir got me off to a good start, but you could have put that to sleep. So that's very unfortunate on your part. I feel for you.
I could have come in and set up with.
Yeah.
Probably I was gonna come in and set up with Val, a Calm Mind, and then you were gonna go into Moon. It was gonna take the Cobra Berry. I would take a few shots, but if I took that thing out, I was feeling pretty good about Bisharp.
Oh, Bisharp was a monster, man. It's going on my thumbnail. I've decided,
yeah,
I had to rework my thumbnail, and we had to fit in the eviolite users here, so.
They really took it over. I think I gotta draft some more of those moving forward. Like they're low points, and they bring high value because you can just draft multiple of them. That was one thing with my team early in the season before I made some changes, is that I just didn't feel like I had much to bring. It was just the top guys, and if you brought Ice Beam, I was screwed. I was terrified of Ice Beam Tentacruel. I was terrified of in my previous matchup. I was terrified of Ice Beam Absol, but he didn't bring it. So.
Woo. Did he not bring the Absol, period?
He didn't bring the Absol.
Okay.
He wasn't ready last matchup. He let Diancie set up.
He wasn't ready for it. Yeah, I saw that replay. Oh, bro.
But I knew you were going to be ready, so I just figured you'd be wasting moves if you were trying to stop it from setting up, which I didn't even intend to do. Also, Liquid Ooze Tentacruel always switches in on it, so I wasn't going to bother trying to Draining Kiss.
Did you ever consider... I'm trying to verify if it gets Rock Polish on Bisharp. That would have been crazy.
Bisharp doesn't... I don't think it gets Rock Polish.
Okay.
I
could have swore King Gambit gets it, but maybe not Bisharp.
Oh.
Maybe I'm mistaken.
It would make sense. Hold on. Bisharp. I never even thought about that. It does get it.
Yeah, it crossed my mind. I'm like, oh, I think I'd just lose if he gets spicy here. Man, this easily... props, man. I don't know. I'm lost for words still, man.
It was good. It was a good battle. I spent a lot of time thinking about it. It was a good time. I definitely could have gone either way. So Good job, man.
Good job to you too, man. Fuck.
It's like, what comes down to one play like that, either way, you know, you did good no matter what side you're on.
And what?
Kicking myself.
What were you on? You shouldn't kick yourself, by the way. This game, it was a coin flip at the end. Across those eviolite users. So, goodness. What were you on? 8-game winning streak?
Yeah, I had lost since week 4.
Week 4, yeah.
Against my semifinal. I started 1-3. I had lost since week 4 against my semifinal opponent, who had Raging Bolt and then Great Tusk, and I lost that game because I switched in Diancie on a Toxic, which was just a mistake, and I was Tera Steel, so I should have avoided that.
Did you end up beating your matchup of Greg Seal, the homie?
No, you know what? That was my first draft match ever, and he beat me down with Ice Beam Palafin on the Tangrowth. I was like, Ice Punch does nothing. He Ice Beam froze it.
Because why not? It has a good special attack stat too.
Yeah, for sure. He Ice Beam froze it, and then I was like, what am I even doing? Do I even belong in Draft League? I was
no.
I was like, this guy is so crazy. I thought he was crazy, and then I watched some of his other battles. I've been talking to him. He's a good friend of mine, and I
his
think
team was
he
crazy
sometimes
too.
Gives it 100%. He sometimes doesn't.
His team was crazy too. I remember preparing for it. Yeah, just super offensive. A lot of priority. It was scary. Yeah. It was scary.
Mega Pinsir and then Palafin. You know, he could cancel out
Zygarde
with his
Zygarde
yeah, he
too.
could cancel. Yeah, and that thing destroyed me. And Moltres feels good, but it dies. It was the worst mod on my team.
Ooh.
It dies to everything. It dies to Stone Edge, everything. Everything just brings a rock move. It's just dead.
Dude, I love the 6 he brought this match, and he really caught me off guard. It wasn't until like last night I was like, oh shit, maybe he could bring Tangrowth, and you did. I was under prepped for it, I think, and I just got lucky.
Tangrowth is a sleeper. It comes to everything. You know, I was gonna bring Assault Vest Tangrowth, Max Spadef, but then I thought
that would have did it too.
Then I switched it off at the last minute because I wanted to deal with
a sleep powder.
Ride on a little bit better. I wanted to come in and put it to sleep or something.
Yeah, and I've noticed you actually quite a bit, like almost half the season you ran like something like Leftovers or Rocky Helmet. I knew those were popular items for you.
You know, you only put up hazards one time all season, so I was like, he's not gonna put up Toxic Spikes. And I took boots off of Garchomp, and I took boots off of Val, but it didn't matter. Kobaberry was better anyway. I was like, he's not gonna run Toxic Spikes, and if he does, it's not a big deal. I don't really think they played a huge part in the game, but I was not expecting that.
Oh yeah, no, that was my lead from the get-go. I wanted a Sash, T-Spike, lead. So I was either going to T-Spikes 80% of the time, or if you like Garchomp, which you commonly do, I was going to click Ice Beam there. So that's what I was thinking. So yeah, it was wild, man. I wasn't expecting Moltres. Going into this, I was expecting Diancie, of course, Mega, Iron Valiant, Garchomp, and Rotom. Those were 4 I was confident.
Rotom had the same problem as Thundurus, is it just didn't do anything because you're just gonna switch in Rhydon, and then you're gonna either Terra Water or Terra Flying. And if I Hydro Pump, then I mean, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna Hydro Pump in front of Tentacruel? I'm not gonna do that. Am I gonna Volt Switch?
Yeah, I guess I could always go Blissey
I could
too.
Trick. I thought about that. But if you brought Blissey, Rotom is just it's washed.
Yeah, there you go. I like that. Oh man, Bisharp, man, fuck this Bisharp though. Dude, I would have been cooked with Iron Head. I was so scared. I was terrified of that Iron Head you did, that +2 Iron Head. If it was over if it flinched, I think. Yeah.
It was all good. Hey, you know, could go either way. So. Well played. You had a terrifying team. Like, well, you know, a team is good when you're playing against it and you're like, I should just draft this. I'm looking at like what you did with Rhydon all season. It's fantastic because it's got Lightning Rod and just the Terra Water and Terra Flying make it so difficult to deal with.
I love it. I love it, man. And you are the reason I hate Diancie now. I knew it was good last season, but
it's bad. Yeah. Being my first draft, I just looked at the 8 pointers and I was like, well, which has the highest BST? And then I was like, well, shit, if I could, you know,
milk it. Yeah.
If I can just tear this thing And then early in the season, I really didn't quite figure out how to use it. One of my problems early season is identifying a win con, and I got my first win with the Diamond Storm boost into Calm Mind stored power, because my opponent didn't bring close combat on Scizor. And just let me set up, and so that's just, yeah, it's tough to use, but nobody in our league except for really you, I knew you'd do it, brought anything to stop the setup. There was no haze, there was no toxic, nobody even tried.
Yeah, it was very curious. Like, that's how Tera Diancie should be ran. Set up with something. Calm Mind, Iron Defense, Rock Polish even.
Yeah, I never ran Trick Room. I tried to run sub Baton Pass, but that just never worked.
Yeah, that's tough to pull off.
It never worked, and it started off feeling like dead weight. So
Diamond Storm, man, fuck, that got scary.
That move is crazy.
50%.
I got both boosts last game, which was pretty big, because then you couldn't come in and knock off, but it didn't matter because you didn't have knock off.
Shout out to Tera Ghost too. That caught me off guard. I did not expect that at all. I thought it would be Steel, if not Fairy or Poison. So I've noticed. I noticed too, looking at your replays, you started winning once you started. First it was Tera Fairy, then you started winning, and then definitely you went on a roll with Tera Steel to prevent toxic.
Yeah, no, I basically ran Tera Fairy or Steel in every matchup. And
the Fairy was cool because it better recovery, right? Better damage from your Drain Kiss.
The thing is, there's two things about it. One is that the Fairy Tera boosts your Draining Kiss to 60 base power. I'm not sure if the damage count takes this into consideration. The second thing is, if I don't run HP EVs, and like say I go full Spadef defense, you don't know, you can't calc it. You cannot calc if I'm defensive or especially defensive, because I could have the EVs in HP, I could have them in special defense. You don't know how much I recovered because the percentage health mod is on. You can't tell what my set is no matter what you calc. So you have to guess. Because of the recovery, it could be, I could be recovering 12 to 16% and be physically defensive, or I could be recovering 8 to 12% and have my HP invested. You don't know. I don't know if that's exactly what I meant, but I think you get what I'm going for.
Man, this fucking Garchomp. So. I was lucky that Garchomp went down, man. I was lucky to live that earthquake. You were saying that was a roll, huh?
It's what happens. I don't pay for Showdown Premium, like I said.
There you go. There you go. Well, there's some promotion for Showdown Premium. Now we know why you should invest in it.
Yeah.
Land some more sleep powders.
I got it last game, so.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I'm glad you made it all this far, man. Fabulous first season of Draft League. I'm looking at your NGC draft right now, too, by the way. And I'm glad to have you on board, man. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for the invite, and also thanks, Greg, as well.
Definitely.
Y'all bring some heat. And you had the guts to do it in the final, so.
You guys,
cheers to you, man.
You guys, GoldenPheonix, look out for him. I get him week 6, and yeah, I mean, I like some of these mons you have, man. Zapdos, Dragonite, Primarina, Iron Threads, Treads.
Don't sleep on Primarina. It was only.
Oh no! I won with Primarina. Hell no! It's dude. Honestly, my favorite starter. It's a GOAT starter to me. I love it.
It's a W. Whirlpool Psychic Noise can nobody will see it coming.
Oh. Nobody
sees that coming. They're like, oh, I'm just gonna switch in Ferrothorn. No, you're not. Unless you have if you have Power Whip. Okay, I have Protect. I know now, and you're getting down. It's dirty, man.
It's so good. I got beat down by AV Primarina with Draining Kiss. That was hard to stop.
AV Draining Kiss, max special attack.
Yes.
It still has so much longevity, and if you can wish pass to it, I don't think I can do that, but.
Well, you got transactions to fix some stuff. You could even pick up the GOAT Audino if you wanted to for, 2 points or something. So, I mean, you could easily do that. You could pick up Audino. That way you could Healing Wish and Wish Pass to AV Primarina. Maybe get Dragonite healed up for a second run. Stuff like that.
All right, man. Yep, sounds good. I got to get running. I appreciate the call and the thoughts in the interview, and good luck with your channel. I like the professionalism you put in. So.
Oh, and I appreciate I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you, and yeah, props on your run. Props to your season, and I look forward to battling you week 6. And you'll make playoffs for sure in the NGC. I look forward to you making some noise there.
All right, bro.
All right, brother. Good game.
Thank you, man.
Good
Peace
game.
out.
Peace out,
Congrats.
brother. Thank you. Bye.